Well, that question's easy. The number one thing that separates us from all other moving companies, it so separates us that nobody can even come close. And that is this. We are a small, family-run company. We've been in business for 30 years, and we've built it based on this number one piece of integrity. When a client calls and they're looking for help, we know that they're already freaked out of their mind, that they don't know much about moving, they don't know about the terminology, they've only heard horror stories. So what they get is me. I'm the owner, Tom Spencer, MovingMade-EZ and MovingMade-EZ.com. So I answer my own telephone, 360-802-MOVE, or my cell phone. They're publicly listed. On our website, we list all of our prices so that there's no guesswork here. So when a client calls, here's kind of how it works. They get me from A to Z, from beginning to end. When a client calls, I'm going to schedule an appointment to go over to their home, and I'm going to give them a 1-hour free consultation. Now, in that hour, I'm going to give them two magic numbers. The two magic numbers that all moving companies use. It's how much does all of your household good weigh, and how many cubes do you have, or how much room is it going to take up in a truck or a storage unit or a container. So I go through the house, I take my blue tape, I put a piece of blue tape on everything that we're going to move, that they want to have moved, so we help them make those decisions. And then on my little cube sheet, which we call a cheat sheet, I add up how many cubes and how many pounds. It converts it into cubes and pounds, so that client knows exactly what they're choosing to move. And then any transport company that they're going to use will use those numbers, either the weight or the cubes, or we'll even figure it out into linear feet of a container if that's how the company's going to charge. So then we set up the move date, and we get in communication with the transport company. Everything runs pretty slick because it's all pretty much run by my telephone. And we have relationships with these transport companies so that the client never sees the frustration that happens in the background. So truly we are moving made easy. Now, the last thing is once we set up the date, I am the crew chief. I bring in my crew. I direct and guide the crew on everything from moving the furniture to how it's loaded in the container, how it's wrapped, how it's protected, how we get through tight doors, how we get up and down stairs and over banisters. I'm there on every step of the move. And then once it's all done and the client is satisfied with our work, then that client hands me a check or cash or a credit card. And so they don't have to talk to anybody else or explain their situation to anybody else but me, one person. We don't have a customer service department. I'm it. That's what makes MovingMade-EZ different, way different from any other of the 200 moving companies in Western Washington. Hey, is somebody around here moving or what? Okay, so here's how it works. I've got a little cheat sheet here. I'm going to do a quick inventory of everything in your home that you would like to move. I'm going to put a piece of blue tape on it, and that's going to be your inventory of everything we discussed. So let's go room by room. Can we start right here? Is this table here going to go in all 4 chairs? Okay. And how about your refrigerator? All right. Okay, that didn't hurt too bad, did it? Okay, so now what I'm going to take this cheat sheet that I've just walked through, your inventory sheet, and I'm going to add up and I'm going to give you how many pounds of household goods you have and how many cubes or how much room it's going to take in a container to ship all of your household goods. It should take me about 5 minutes, okay? Here's what we've come up with, and I want you to take a look. What I've done is I've broken this bid down into several factors. We can do all of this, or we can do part of this, so I put it in separate columns so you can, like an a la carte restaurant menu, you can choose what portions you would like us to do and what portions you'd like to do, or if you just want us to do it all, but I've broken it down. So what we've come up with is 7,500 pounds is about how much weight you have in your household goods, which also equals out to about 1,000 cubic feet. So here's what that means. That means if I was going to load you into a container and that container be shipped to Alaska, you're going to need about 16 to 18 feet in that container. So now when your container company charges you, if they charge you by the pound, if they charge you by the cubes, or if they charge you by the running foot, this will be what they're going to base their bid on. Now, for us to load you into a container, here's our price just to load it into the container. To get my crew to where we need to get, there is a trip fee here. Now, if we come in, we talked about packing just everything that's in your kitchen, packing everything that's in your hutch, and packing all of your pictures and mirrors, and that you were going to pack all the books and everything else. But we're just going to pack those items. So here's the price for the labor for packing those, and here is the price for all of the boxes, paper, and tape that we would need to use to pack those items into. And then the last couple of things is, you talked about one of the most important things to you is your grandfather clock. So we have to prep that clock. So here's what it costs to prep the clock, and here's what it costs to prep your upright piano. Those were the two things that you were the most concerned about, right? Okay. So then the last fee that we have on here is simply to disassemble all of the furniture in your house. We're going to disassemble your beds. We're going to put your bed skirt in the top dresser drawer. We're going to disassemble, we've got to take off 2 of your doors, and we have to take off the door to your side-by-side refrigerator. So here's the cost for the disassemble. So all of that, if we did all of that, you're going to have a price, and if we just do part of that, you can scratch out the parts that you want to do. I'm going to leave this here with you folks and let you talk it over, and if we can help you, then give me a call. Well, I appreciate your time and letting me walk through your home and tromp through your house. It didn't take too long, and I look forward to, oh, you wanted to talk about a date. Okay, let's just take a quick look here. I've got, depending on when the container can be dropped, on what dates, we recommend that you have it dropped the day before so that we can come first thing in the morning, because they're going to give you a time spread. They're going to drop it between 8 and noon, or noon and 4, or 4 and 8, or something like that. So so if you can drop it the day before, we do have the 8th and the 9th available, and so you guys can talk about that too. Thanks a lot. So if you've got a moving crew that didn't show up and you need to have your truck loaded, we've got Mobil One. We can be there in less than 2 hours. Or if you had a hot water tank explode and you need to get all of your furniture maybe possibly moved out to the garage. Or if you've had a water leak and you need to get your furniture upstairs moved downstairs. Or downstairs moved upstairs. You can call us.